it's hard to really just go against dude. But like from a skill standpoint, I would say just because of he's trickier. Like he trickier, he gonna catch you with some that you don't see. So I'm gonna say that.
Hey, Boots, you gonna be in trouble, B. Oh, you gonna be in I'm telling you right now. Xander Zayas got a cold-ass team. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Javier. Remember, Javier was the first one to beat them Teofimo Lopez. Yeah. With Cambosis. Think about that. He beat Teofimo Lopez with Cambosis.
If you got one eye, you can see that. But there's some dangers that I see around Boots. He's got 35 professional fights. He's a fighter who stays in the gym, right? So hear that, you like, well, that's what you want, right? You want your fighter to be a gym rat. Yes and no. Too much of anything is not a good thing. You can leave a lot of your best moments in the gym.
Shakur Stevenson weighed in on the clash between Xander Zayas and Jaron Ennis, offering both praise and a reality check. Stevenson highlighted Zayas' courage and rising potential, noting that the young contender continues to show confidence against top-level opposition. In a tweet, Shakur Stevenson suggested that Jaron Ennis should not always go hunting for a knockout against Xander Zayas, warning that such an approach might not work in his favor.
I'll just say, don't always be looking for the knockout boxing. So, you know, he's a good boxer. I think when he kind of was landing the big shots, he was kind of letting it come to him. So that's what I think, but he's a hell of a fighter.
Yeah, totally. Eddie Hearn suggested that fighters should not be underestimated based on age, stressing that youth does not define ability in the ring. He made it clear that he did not want to doubt any boxer, emphasizing that skill, mindset, and preparation matter far more than numbers when it comes to proving greatness.
When Zayas said to Top Rank, I want to fight Boots, they went, what? And they went, no. And he went, I want him. See, he was the guy that made this fight.
So you think they try to dissuade him?
No, I would.
So have you ever dissuaded any of your fighters from taking a certain fight?
No, because, well, off the top of my head, I don't know, but probably. But I'll give you an example. Anthony Joshua against Alexander Usyk, right? We had all the belts apart from one. And the WBO called the mandatory, which was Alexander Usyk. Now, I would never want to put the doubt into a fighter's mind and go, don't take this fight, don't take the fight. But I'm looking at this going, like, don't forget, at the time, Usyk wasn't the star he is now, right? I'm looking at it and going, AJ, you can sell 60,000, 70,000 for fighting anybody. Do you want to fight this guy? And he goes, yeah, because I'm not vacating my belt and I want to become undisputed, so I have to fight. And I'm like, okay, right? Then he beats him, and then we got the rematch clause, and I go, what do you think? Should we? No, I want to rematch him, right? And you can't overrule a fighter in that respect. You have to let them do their thing. You can give them advice if they ask.
Responding to the talk around Xander Zayas facing Jaron Ennis, Kenny Ellis pushed back against doubts about the young champion's readiness. He pointed out that at just 23, Zayas had already been in the game long enough to take risks, adding that history shows young fighters can rise to the moment.
The age, that they would like to see him in there with a Jaron Boots Ennis maybe 2-3 fights from now would have probably made a difference. What do you think?
I've seen fighters in the past, young age, do big things. So you never know. I think, I know Boots will beat him, but I'm just speaking on the past, talking about what that person just said. He's 23 years old. Goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the game long enough to take a chance.
How about this? Is this the when Canelo fought Floyd type of situation for Xander?
Canelo, no, it's the type. I'm going way back when Aaron Pryor fought 20-year-old Warren. One of Manuel Stewart's fight.
Ellis also explained that the fight should not take place in New York because, in his view, the commission there tends to stop fights too early, potentially robbing fighters of a fair chance to show their full ability in the ring.
At the same time, I don't think that fight should be held in New York because the commission there, they stop fights just too quick, Not just the Fondora fights in the past few years, they stop them too fast. And guys that caliber fighters, both of them guys are good. Anybody can get rocked or stumble at any given time, and I don't think it's right for the wrestlers to jump in there and stop it. Both of those guys are great, man. You know, anything can happen in boxing, then you gonna jump in and stop because somebody stumbled. You know, nah, it's too risky to fight them in New York.
So you feel like Vegas probably would have been a better spot?
Yeah, anywhere but New York, man. You know.
Damn, so if something like that happens, they're gonna look at this clip for sure.
They don't get a chance to show their courage anymore in the fights, you know.
However, Russell expressed doubt about Zayas's readiness for a high-level fight against Jaron Boots Ennis, saying the young champion may not yet be mature enough for that kind of pressure. He warned that stepping up too soon could create serious trouble for Zayas, especially against a fighter as sharp, explosive, and experienced as Ennis. Russell emphasized that while Zayas is talented and improving, maturity in the ring goes beyond skill. It includes composure, decision-making, and handling elite pressure. In his view, Boots operates on a different level, and any lack of experience or emotional reaction from Zayas could be exposed quickly. He suggested the matchup might come at the wrong time, potentially leading to problems Zayas isn't fully prepared for yet.
Boots, I'm going with Boots. Why? He got more of his man strength now. Not only do he got more of his man strength, he's learning himself better. He still got kinks that I see. I don't think nobody else see it, but I see it. I feel like his raw talent can compensate for that. You know what I mean? He's ambidextrous.
His athletic ability?
Yeah. Ambidextrous. He can go from left to righty. And I feel like his natural skill, athleticism-wise, he'll be able to pay up for his little fuck-ups. But Xander, I feel like now the thing is he still got a little growing to do.
23 years old.
Yeah, he still got a little growing to do. You know what I mean? I feel like he the type that he get touched with some stuff and get emotional and then try to like just trade. Like, okay, come on. I don't care, come on. Okay. Go ahead and be on with kid. You're gonna be looking at lights. Playing. All that work you did in the gym. You done gave it away because you think you got big corners. Okay. It's not about that. It's about being smart when you need to be smart. Boots gonna put that antidote on his little ass and he gonna be mad. He gonna be sad. But I feel like the type of guy he is, genuine, the way he is, I feel like the sportsmanship is still going to show. He gonna be like, all right, good fight. You know what I mean? But he got a chance. Not only do he got a fighter's chance, he got a puncher's chance. Like, Shorty he got good skills.
Roy Jones Jr. shut down critics who said Xander is too young to step up to elite competition, arguing that experience matters more than age alone. He emphasized that if a fighter has already captured multiple championships, he has earned the right to face anyone in the division. Jones pointed out that elite talent often shows itself early, and history is full of young champions who rose to big occasions. In his view, Zayas has already proven enough at a high level, and doubting him based on age is unfair. He concluded that when a fighter is that accomplished, he is simply ready, no matter how young he is.
Too early. It's not too early because
that's just a question. Now,
no. Let me finish. Let me finish. If he's fighting for 2-time world champion already, what if he go for the third one and he gets beat? Then he misses a big money fight with Boots instead of going on and taking this fight. You understand me? So it's like so many times we get cheated out of fights because guys try to wait till the fight simmers or gets to where it needs to be. Then they'll wait till they think one guy's ready. No, if you're a 2-time world champion across the board already, you're ready. If you're not ready, you shouldn't have got them 2 titles if you weren't ready. So if you got 2 titles, I don't want to hear that you're not ready. You better be ready because you're 2-time world champion. You got 2 of the belts in the weight class. Everybody in the weight class want that. So your behind better be ready. You hear where I'm coming from? Now.
Adding on, Boots Ennis signaled that he had entered a dangerous mindset as fight night approached, watched, warning his opponent that punishment was coming. He declared himself fully focused and prepared to add another victory to his unblemished professional record. The message carried a menacing tone, suggesting Zayas would be just another opponent falling short against him. Jaron tweeted, "It's that time again. It's time to get in Mr. Catchabody mode." Hashtag locked in road to 36-0. True to his words behind the scenes, Boots has been putting in grueling hours on the mitts, sharpening his combinations and refining his timing for the June 27th clash. His training sessions have reportedly grown more intense as fight night approaches, with the Philadelphia native determined to silence his critic. The intensity of his preparation suggests he is taking nothing for granted against the young unified champion. Being a part of the Boots training camp, Boots Ennis stated that the June 27th unification would stay competitive only until his son decided otherwise. He acknowledged that Xander Zayas had been vocal during the build-up but would now be forced to prove his claims inside the ring. Boots expressed confidence that Boots possessed another level he had never needed to access before, and this matchup might finally demand it. He gave Zayas credit as a capable boxer, but made it clear he did not foresee the fight reaching the final bell.
How you feeling about that?
That's a good fight, man. I mean, you know, Xander, you know, I always liked the Xander anyway. You know what I mean? But now he ain't talking a lot of smack. Now he want to back that. He have to back that up now. You know what I mean? You know, we mellow. We should lay back. You know, keep on talking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Keep on building the fight. You know what I mean? But it should be a good fight, as long as it lasts. I hope he take Boots to another level, because Boots never went to another level yet. You know what I mean? Then you want to see something. You really want to see something. But if he can't take him to another level, you know what I mean, it's going to be like it normally.
Similarly, Jose and Nacho Cito compared the upcoming unification fight to Fernando Vargas versus Felix Trinidad, suggesting Xander Zayas might be stepping into a level of competition too soon despite holding championship belt. They noted that Zayas had looked inconsistent in recent performances, including a lackluster showing in his last outing. Vargas argued that Boots Ennis possessed the complete skill set as a puncher, boxer, and counterpuncher who knew how to work angles perfectly. They concluded that Zayas needed more rounds against seasoned veterans who could push him into deep waters before facing someone of Ennis's caliber.
I think Boots is gonna pull it.
Nacho?
I think Boots is gonna pull it too.
He's too young to be in this big of a fight. Somebody, I
think it's too soon for him.
Abner Mares compared it to Vargas versus Trinidad.
Yeah, it could be the same thing. I mean, he's the champion right now. Zayas, he's like right here. He thinks he can beat everyone, and maybe he can.
Remember, he was in the Super Bowl too. Xander missing to be a complete fighter himself.
I say experience. I say fight more. I think he should have fought more like fighters that are experienced on their way out, who can give him those rounds, who can push him to the limit, who can take him to deep waters. I think he's gonna miss that for this fight. Experience, like he says, more tough fight.
Shawn Porter and Shawn Zittle also pushed back against criticism of his high praise for Boots Ennis by comparing him to other rising prospects labeled as generational talent. They suggested that if those fighters qualified for such descriptions, then Ennis belonged in a category well above them. Porter and Shawn also acknowledged that Ennis had not yet secured the signature victories needed to validate his skill set, but viewed the Zayas matchup as the perfect stage for that breakthrough. Shawn predicted that Ennis's combination of hand speed, power, and inventiveness would eventually prove too much for the young champion, though he expected a competitive battle.
I don't remember this kid's name. Who was that kid? Everybody's calling him a phenom. He's signed with Top Rank right now. He fought on Saturday.
Oh, Julian Montalvo.
Montalvo, yeah. Everybody's calling him a phenom, and the kid is good. But I'm looking at this kid, and I'm thinking to myself, if this is what a phenom looks like, then what the hell is Boots Ennis?
5 pound for pound guy. I think he's gonna beat Xander Zayas. Since we're on the topic, my early pick is Boots. 116, 111. I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. I do think that speed and power and creativity of Jaron Ennis at some point will overwhelm Xander Zayas enough to get a knockdown, but I don't see him knocking out Xander Zayas.
Timothy Bradley has also spoken highly of Xander Zayas, pointing out that one of his biggest advantages heading into elite fights is the team behind him. Bradley emphasized that Zayas isn't just a talented young fighter, but someone being guided the right way at every stage of his career. He noted that Zayas has one of the best teams in boxing, highlighting how they've carefully developed his skills, built his confidence, and positioned him for success against top-level opposition. According to Bradley, that structure and support system plays a massive role, especially for a young champion stepping into high-pressure fight. While he still sees challenges against fighters like Jaron Ennis, Bradley believes Zayas' team gives him a real shot because they understand how to prepare, strategize, and adapt at the highest level of the sport.
Oh yeah, Javier, remember, Javier was the first one to beat damn Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, with Cambosis. Think about that. He beat Teofimo Lopez with Cambosis. Yeah, Javier, trainer. Oh, hey, that man got an eye. He got some great damn eyes. Xander Zayas got one of the best teams in boxing. Yep, and they come ready. So if he already talking about them weaknesses, he make a whole lot of mistakes, and he just cheesing like, ooh, yeah, that's what. Oh, everybody's high on Boots. Oh, they got a lot of clout around you, Boots. Oh, you got hype all around you. Man, you got all this hype around you. Yeah, shit, got me even hyped up. Cause I see how special you can be, but you need to tighten. I'm telling you, if you don't tighten your shit up, player, oh, you gonna be looking on the other side. You gonna look like a fool too, and then everybody gonna be like, oh, that's why that fool didn't fight nobody.
Meanwhile, Paulie Malignaggi expressed surprise that Xander Zayas had accepted the Boots Ennis fight at such an early stage of his career. He noted that Zayas was willing to face anyone and was highly marketable, which made the risk seem unnecessary at this point. Malignaggi argued that waiting another 2 years would have served Zayas better, allowing him to develop further before stepping up to this level. However, he acknowledged that a victory would instantly transform Zayas into a massive superstar.
I didn't see the press conference, but I am surprised they put in Xander that early. Listen, Xander will fight anybody. He's that kind of fighter. Super marketable fighter, so that's why I was surprised that they're taking this chance with him a little early. If he wins, he's a megastar. Ennis is one of the best fighters in the sport today. This is a fight I think both of them need, but I think Ennis needed it more because Ennis is a little older. With Zayas, you had time to wait on this kind of risk. So credit to both guys for making it. Credit to DAZN for making it, for getting all these promoters together and making these big fights. I think it's an exciting fight. For the reason that it's done at this point, I think it serves Ennis better. In 2 years, it would have served Zayas better. So we'll see if Zayas can pull this off, because he becomes a major star.
Furthermore, Malignaggi stated that while both fighters needed the matchup, Boots Ennis required it more due to being older and lacking a signature victory on his resume. He contrasted the situation with past Puerto Rican champions like Miguel Cotto, who was matched at the perfect time against a declining opponent. Malignaggi credited the Saudi involvement for pushing the fight through, preventing either side from waiting for a more favorable moment. He concluded that Ennis remained an extremely dangerous opponent, making this a genuine test for the young champion.
Pandora has to be considered, but Zayas is, again, he's the most marketable guy right now in this hemisphere, I think, as far as young guys. Not that Ennis isn't, again, but there's that Puerto Rican fan base. If you give them a champion like that with all the marketability that Zayas has, they will blend in very nicely into the modern boxing sphere.
Similar to Miguel Cotto and
Trinidad. This fight, yeah, you know what? Right. But Cotto was more ready at that point than for Judah. It was done at the right time for Cotto. It was a little bit after Judah. It was a little bit on the decline for Judah. And it was at the perfect time for Cotto. While this one is, I think Ennis still is a very dangerous.
So, in the end, after breaking down the June 27th showdown between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas, from Eddie Hearn revealing that Zayas personally demanded the fight against his promoter's advice, to Boots Ennis predicting his son would end the night early, to Shawn Porter calling Boots an elite talent waiting to explode, and Fernando Vargas warning that Zayas might be stepping up too soon. Where does this leave us? One side believes Boots Ennis has finally found the dance partner who will push him to that next level. The other side points to Zayas' youth, fearlessness, and the full weight of Puerto Rico behind him. Drop your prediction in the comments below. Does Boots Ennis finally get his career-defining victory, or does Xander Zayas prove he's Puerto Rico's next all-time great? If you enjoyed this breakdown of the Ennis-Zayas unification saga, make sure to like and subscribe for more boxing news and analysis.